Alright, so after my run on Friday, which was basically scouting out the biggest climb on the Mozart 100 between St. Gilgen and, well, St. Gilgen again because it's sort of a loop. I thought of doing another scout of probably what's the longest climb on the route. So just to show you guys, this part was the climb that I did on Friday, which tops out at Schafberg at 1,280 meters, and that's sort of the checkpoint number 7 on the route. Before you head back down quite a technical descent, and I basically made a video which showed, my first video basically shows how, what the terrain is like here and what to expect, especially once you're tired in the race after more than 50 kilometers of running. It was a good idea to actually check out this climb and see what it was like. So I had another day on Sunday where I could go into Salzburg, which was lucky. So as I said, I decided to look at another one of the big climbs, which is sort of this double climb between checkpoint 3 and 5, which is at the top of Zwolferhorn. So because a lot of this first part of the climb is actually tarmac, I decided to drive partway up the mountain to a parking place that I saw on the Strava map, and I started my run from there. So just to see what this looks like in terms of the route, let's say a satellite overview or a map. I opened the route in FatMap. So let me just recenter on this route over here. It's unfortunately a green color, so it's not very clear, but here the race starts in Salzburg and it sort of run to the east side towards St. Gilgen. So if I zoom in on this bit over here, this is the loop I did on Friday. See if we can get a better profile, salt profile of the elevation. There we go. So that was the 14-kilometer loop up to Schafberg and down again. This longest double climb section, as I said, starts between checkpoint number 3. Checkpoint number 3 is over here on my cursor. It's in I don't know if you can call it a town, sort of a little village called Ramsau. I think the checkpoint's name is Tiefbrunnau. And then the climb heads up from that village up along this route where it's quite a bit of tarmac first, to the checkpoint number 4, which is called Feistenauer Schafberg. It sort of crests the saddle. Then there's a shorter descent before you start climbing again up towards Zwolferhorn, which is actually the highest point on the course. So because of time constraints, I was not going to get all the way to Zwolferhorn, so I built a route which went up most of the way to this second peak, which is close to Zwolferhorn, called Bilsteinhohe, and that's basically what I was doing on Sunday. That's just an introduction, so let's get into the run. Alright, so I'm back for my final run before race day, which is in 6 days, Mozart 100k Ultra. Today I'm going to do what's probably the longest climb of the race, although I've come up about a third of the way with the car. I'm heading up to Bilsteinhohe and then most of the way to Zwolferhorn, which tops out about at 1,500 meters above sea level, although I'm not gonna do that obviously in elevation. Total elevation will probably be around 1,000 meters again for today. I'll do an out and back route, so I won't see that much of the route, maybe about 9 kilometers of the route, but it's still better than nothing, and I think it'll be good to see what this climb has in store. It's like a beautiful forest area around here, so quite shaded. Lots of people out today on the trails. Car park's pretty full, so
see loads of people also enjoying the scenery and this great weather. It looks like the weather forecast actually turned for the race, so at the moment it's looking like it might rain. A bit cooler, so more British weather, which is what I'm used to, so maybe not the worst thing, to be fair. But today is nice and sunny, 23 degrees. I'm really going to try and enjoy this last run before I start a pretty steep taper towards race day. Alright, almost up for the first time. Just look at that view. Amazing. So far, except for the bit where we take shortcuts, this has been very easy going on the gravel. So, not too bad. Some cows, all part of the Alpine adventure. Pretty sure this is going to be the checkpoint number 4. Pretty much standing in the way here. Or maybe, yeah, actually just a little bit of a descent more, and then we are where checkpoint 4 will be, or what it was called now. I'm not quite heading up to that peak, not cresting this on the ridge back, saddle, cresting over the saddle down here. Checkpoint should be, I think, just down there. Horses, true Alpine adventure. Got a Austrian choir singing down there. I just stop for a second to see if they start going again. A little bit flat. They didn't call me pitch for nothing in the university choir. Right, so after passing the choir, started the second climb, which is most of the way to Zwolferhorn. Average 9%, not too bad, about 400 meters up. So I'm gonna put in a bit of an effort, threshold effort here, to reach the top. And so far, looks like the descent will be very flowy, so we can make up some time. Back to the car. I'm still working today, but oh well. Who cares if I'm tired? About 1.5k to go to the top, and it's passing one of the switchbacks here. You can see some of the Alps in the background, still covered in snow. Alright, so that'll be Zwolferhorn in the distance. Checkpoint number 5. Very far away. You can just about make out the light. That's Vogelsee. That's on the way back. I think that'll be checkpoint number 9 at the beginning of that. And it's just a little bit of the climb left to go. And then it's going to be quite a long descent back. Alright, made it to the top of Belsteinhöhe, which is the turning point for today. And we'll crest this peak on the day of the race as well, I think. Down there in the background is Wolfgangsee, which is the starting point for that big climb I did on Friday. So you bomb down this bit of a ridge back up to Zwolferhorn, down into St. Gilgen, and then alongside Wolfgangsee to Schafberg. Right, I'm gonna start the descent back down now. Quite a long one. Amazing weather, amazing views. Awesome. Getting about 340 splits on the downhill. Very nice. Quite flowy. .314.
2:58. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that on race day. Just crash my quads. 2:47 based on the fastest bit there. Feeling a bit of a niggle on my knee. I'm gonna take the rest a bit easier. Cheers. Heading to the saddle back over there on my last climb. Knee feels better if I go high cadence. Important not to overextend.
Bitte. Wir müssen uns anfügen. All right, that's all done. 2 hours 5 minutes. Let me check. Quite a bit of elevation, I think over 1100 meters. The descents were quite fast, but these particular descents won't be in the race because we're obviously going the opposite way. So I'm not sure what the descent looks like off Zwolferhorn. I think it's much steeper, pretty much like Schafberg, which is again a bit of a shame, but then again the fast descents also wreck your quads. So yes, just is what it is. So we'll see how the race goes. Yeah, almost 1200 meters elevation. So the taper starts now. Week of boredom and some ultra noia, I guess. But I'm looking forward to putting my legs up a bit as well. Really looking forward to this race. Gonna be tough, but it's so beautiful. So yeah, I just can't wait for the start.